Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Yomesh Gupta. The topic of this video is a bit unique. I think by now, if you are a regular user of Devtools Tech platform and the YouTube channel, you must have came to this realization that the content on Devtools is a bit different, is something which will actually help you and something which you won't get on your regular tech YouTube content. And the topic, like you see on the screen, which says how to get promoted at your current job. A lot of us, when we join an organization, an SD1, SD2 or SD3 and whatnot, especially at junior levels, we often have this aspiration to get promoted, to get to get to the next level, maybe increase our compensation, get better packages and get more responsibilities and so on. But we don't know how to get there. We don't know what initiatives, what things we can do, and what things qualify under getting the promotion and so on. So in this video I'm going to talk about one thing that can get you to the next level. And like I just mentioned, taking initiative is one of the very important things. Oftentimes, in our feedback, in our reviews, in our peer reviews, conversations with our manager, this thing come up a lot that to get to the next level, an individual must take initiatives. It could be something like a product initiative, it could be some platform initiative, it could be anything which makes a broader impact in your org brings limelight to your skills, your ownership, your leadership, and those things. Now, we sometimes don't know how to do this, what qualifies under taking initiative, what sort of initiative, what is the ROI. Maybe I'm doing something which takes a lot of effort, but maybe ROI is not that much. So, how to qualify and how to take those initiatives. So, now we are going to talk about one certain initiative that I feel could be impactful. I'm just going to give you an example, and you can either try implementing that, or maybe you can find similar ideas. So in this video, we are going to build a utility that will help make cross-code impact, that will impact the front-end engineering org in your organization, or maybe fellow engineers, that will make their life and your code base better. Second thing we are going to do is that we are going to see how AI can be an assistive technology nowadays in the current scenario as a means to get the job done. How can we use AI to jumpstart our process? If maybe I don't know Node.js, maybe I don't know Ruby or a lot of things in front end, but AI can be, LLMs can be an assistive technology, and if you are not using them these days, then you are going to left behind. Third thing we are going to see is that how a low effort thing can have a good impact or a high impact in an org, and how small initiatives can result in big things. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Before starting with the video, I would like to show you or announce my guide to front-end system design interviews. A lot of people reach out to me on social platforms, on YouTube, or personal messages that they want me to create content on front-end system design. However, I don't want to simply create content that is similar to rest of the people or rest of the resources you see on the web. That's why I created this guide where it would be, we will talk about building a generic framework that can be applied to any front-end system design interview. We will talk about the topics that are covered. We'll talk about the, communication strategy, requirement strategy, how to tackle questions, how to even ask questions, and what sort of common pitfalls are there, how to recover, and what is, uh, key factors that sets apart a candidate in an interview, and what are the judging criteria. And there are a lot of more things in this guide. You can go to this link, devtools.tech/fst-guide, to get this. So let me show you a very simple code base here. Let's assume that this is a component in our web app where we have a source folder, and inside we have components folder and images. Now we have 6 images inside that folder, and inside the components folder we have a features component. So basically this is just a simple grid where we have 6 features, and each feature can have a title, description, and graphic. And on the left hand side we have a text block, and on the right hand side we have an image block. So very simple UI, a very simple component in your app. Now let's assume that you get a product requirement where you have to delete 2 features, feature 5 and 6. So what we are going to do is that, let's say I remove this, and I remove this too, the illustrations for 5 and 6 import, and then I just commit this. I do git add and then git commit and so on, and I'm done with my day, and this is all deployed now. But if you see now, then this could happen with anyone, that you just delete the code, you commit, you merge the PR and you release it. But we haven't deleted the images as such. The image 5 and 6 which were imported here, we did remove the imports here, but we did not actually delete the images. The images are still present in our code base and they are now dead images. Anyone cloning this repo or anyone, using this repo, they have to download these images, and this is just dead junk code or junk piece of asset in our code base now. And now consider that you are a team with 50 engineers, 100 engineers, 200 engineers, and they are making such changes. And there could be a chance, let's say 10%, 20%, 30% chance that people often forget deleting assets because they're not in use to, or there is no way to tell them that you have dead assets or dead images now. So here comes the part where I talk about taking initiative and building a utility that will have a cross team and cross squad impact. What if, let's say, what if I build a utility, or in our case, what if we build a tool that will inform the user, or in our case, developer, if there are any unused images in the code base, maybe uh, on commit or as part of CI/CD. And this small utility will help us clean up our code base, will help us maintain the hygiene of the code base, and it will have a cross squad impact, because once you build it and you deploy it, then it will be used by entire engineering org, entire front end org. Now let's see how we can build this. So now I can create a script, let's say inside my source folder, or maybe outside also. Let's do, I create a file called detect unused images.js. Now I can write the code. Basically what we want to do is that we want to uh, check all images in the project and see if there, you see AI is still helping here. Now to check that, we need to traverse the source folder, and we need to get the all the images from source/images. Now I'm going to give you a generic example, generic code here, because this is based on this code base. Your code base might be different, how you are structuring your code base, how you are importing images and using them, that could be different. So you can use this code that I'm going to give you as a starting point and start modifying and change as per your code base and your requirements. In our case, we have source folder, images and components, and we need to check .jsx, maybe .js, or maybe .css and cs files, because maybe what if we have imported as a css background or something like that. So we have to check that also. So now we need to write this code. So either I can create some script here, or maybe why can't I use AI? Why can't I just ask AI to write the script for me? Maybe I don't know Node.js that well, or in this case we are using JavaScript, so maybe I'm not sure how to write this. So what I'll do is I'll go to this Claude AI, I'll paste a prompt where I'll say I want to create. If you can see the prompt here, it says that I want to create a Node.js script that checks if all images present in the source images folder are used in the code present in the source directory. Okay. It should go through all the folders and files under the source directory. It should check files with .js, .jsx, .sas and .css extension. It's up to you what you want to check. I'm just giving you an example. If there are any images that aren't referenced in the code base, then it should log their full path and exit the process with status code 1, else simply exit the process with status code 0. So simply a simple script traverse all the images and code, check if the core images are used or not. If not used, if there are orphaned images, unused images, then just simply exit the process with 1, which is an error code, and if everything is fine, then exit with 0. So I'll just paste this and I'll ask. So now AI is generating a code script for me, let's say. So this is the, I'm getting the entire script here. You can write the script, but why don't we use AI to jumpstart the process? It will give you a very, simple script, or very start a good starting point. So I just copied it. I come back to my code and I just paste it. Now if we go through the code that AI has written and see if it works well. So what it's doing is that in this main function, it is getting all the images file, and there is image directory here, which is basically source directory and images. So basically source slash images. Then it is getting all the code files here, which is source directory and image directory we are passing. So inside this code, we are getting all the code, JSX, TSX, whatnot. And then we are creating an unused images set, and then we are checking that if an image is not used, then we are going to add it to the set. And at last, if unused images size, and that means that the set contains unused images path, then we are just going to log it and exit the process with 1, else we'll do it 0, and if there is an error, then we are going to do 1. Now you can go through this code, you will get this code, that how it is getting all the code files. It is doing this traverse method where it is reading all the content, plus how it is getting all the images path here. It is just traversing, reading each file, generating the path, and adding the path to the images set and returning it. And how it is checking if a image is referenced or not, you can check this code. I'll paste it. You will get the access to the repo. But the idea is that AI can give you a jump start. You can, now modify this code, or you can extensions, or which image you want to check. Maybe you want to skip certain folders, or maybe you want to check more folders rather than just images. Maybe in the assets folder, public folder, maybe you want to skip node modules, whatnot. That you can do. So now, right now, what I'll do is that let's try to run this. So if I do node detect unused images, then see, it is saying that unused images found, source images 5 and 6. Because if you remember that we deleted two features, but we haven't deleted the images. So let's say, because it's checking the source directory. So for now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take out these images out of the images folder. I'll just move it out of source folder. So now ideally they are deleted. I'm just moved because it's just checking the source folder. Now if I run this again, see, it says all images are being used in the code base. But what if, let's give it a test. Let's say if I move it back, if it's here, uh, now it should say that 5 is unused. But what if there is another component, let's say test.tsx, and in this we say illustration from, we'll go one step out, images slash, which one was that, 5.png. So I'll just import this. So now if I run this, then it says all the images are being used in the code base, because it was deleted in features.jsx, but it is still used in test.jsx. And if I remove this and sorry, save the file too, and now if I run this, see, wait, yeah, it's right, because we have deleted the import. So it's saying that image unused image is 5. And if I move this out of the source folder, basically equivalent to delete, see, all images are being used in the code base. So now we have created that script and we have committed it, which is going to just check that if all the images are used or not, if we have dead images, and it's going to exit the process with 1 or 0, depending on if it's an error case or if it's a success case. Now the major impact comes when we can actually use it to, tell other teammates, or it can be used by the entire front end org or the entire engineering org. So how can we do that? Maybe we can add a pre-hook commit, or maybe something like that. Or maybe what we can do is that we can add it as a CI/CD step. So let's see how we can do that. So I'll go to my AI. I'll say I want to commit this script to, I'm just typing here at the bottom if it's visible. I want to commit the script to uh, my GitHub repo, and want to run it as a GitHub CI CD pipeline action, or basically GitHub action. I'm just trying to be more verbose here. Please tell me how to do that. Now, if I run this, see, it is running, it is telling me that this is the GitHub flow, like I need to do this. So it's just adding the entire thing, and it's telling me how to run this. So let so it's telling me that what we can do is that we will make a workflow, check unused images on push uh, of branch main and master, we will run it, or on pull request we will run this. And this is the job where we will check out, then we'll do node.js setup, then we will make a script, and then in the this we will run it. So let me just clean it a bit, maybe I can tell it to make it a bit better. So here it's giving me instruction that create a new directory structure .github workflow unused images and so on, and you can follow this instruction from the AI. So I can say I have already committed this script to my repo, so do not need to create it again or make it executable. Can we modify the workflow? So you can have a conversation with AI, it's your personal assistant, ask them to update the script, or write better code or make modification as per your use case. So now it's saying that we can run the unused images check as this. So let me just copy this right now. It's saying that we have to create a directory.github under that workflows, and then check unused images.yml. So I will create .github here. Inside this, I'll create another folder called workflows. Inside, check unused images.yml, and inside this I will paste my code. Now what I'm going to do is that since we have it at the root level, so I'm going to remove this check. Now in our case the name of the file is detect unused images, so I'll just say detect unused images.js. Let's see if we want to, this workflow dispatch is not really required here, but let it be. Now do we need an npm I here? Let me ask, do we need an npm I step also? So let's say what AI says. So it is adding an npm I step. So let me just copy this part, and let me commit this. So git add, git commit updated workflow. Now let me just push it. So we are pushing it to GitHub now. Now let's test this out. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a new branch, which is Yomesh DT 110, let's say. Inside this, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to right now just update my features. I'm going to delete this one, feature 5 and 6, plus I'm going to delete the imports also, and then I'll just add it. I'll just commit it to this knit. I'll just push this right now. So this is all pushed now to my GitHub. I'll come back here. I'll just refresh this. I'll make zoom it a bit. Now if I go to my pull request, I will create a PR here to my main and Yomesh DT 1001, and see, the changes are here that we just deleted two features and remove the import also. I create a pull request. I'll say DT1001 removed features, best changes ever, and now I'm going to create a pull request. So this pull request is there. Now since we already added the workflow, the rule should show up here. See, it's saying check unused images. Now it is queued right now. If you go and check our code base, we have this GitHub workflow. In this, we have this YAML file. In this YAML file, we added the workflow. So if I go back to my PR and if I say, see, now it is failing right now. It says that this is cross because failing after 10 seconds. So if I go to details now and if I check, then see, it's saying that after when the entire CI/CD pipeline ran, or particularly this step, it says that unused images found and the process exited with the exit code 1. So now what I can do is that I'll go back to my code. I will just go to my images folder. I'll just delete these two images maybe from my code base. Then I will say git add remove, okay, it contains one more, removed dead code. I'll just push it. I'll go back to my PR. Now I'll just refresh this. There is, this commit now, and this check will run again. See, it is running again, and it is going to take a couple of seconds here. See, all our checks are passing now. If I go here, if I run to details, then we will say that all images are being used in the code base, so everything is fine. Now you can take it a step further. You can go to the settings tab, and inside if you go to branches, now inside branches you can add a classic branch rule, basic baby. This is like require status check to pass before merging. So if you check this and if you add the check unused images, so this is a required step now. So if this fails, then no one can merge a PR. So that is up to you how you want to do it, what all CI/CD steps you want to add, and how you want to make them required or non-required. But the gist here is that if we see now that we added our script, if let me go back to the code here. So we added our script that is going to traverse the entire code base. It will find all the files specifically in source folder and a source/images folder, and it will see that if we have any unused image, that the image exists but it is not referenced in the code base, then it will log out the full path and it will exit the process with 1. And due to that, if anyone raises a PR, then in that case that will fail, because if we see this check that failed and there was an with exit, the process exit with 1. So this is the end of the video. If you see, or if we recap, we just created a script using AI. We created the GitHub workflow using AI. We had an idea. That idea, we implemented through AI, and then we merged it, and it was a low effort thing, but the impact is high. Now it showcases our leadership, our ownership. It shows our technical skills, plus it has a cross code impact. Now anyone in your front end org, they can't merge any change if their changes introduces any orphaned images or dead images. This will enhance code hygiene and maintainability of the code in the long run. So this was one example. I hope you like this example. You can take the code base. It is the link would be mentioned in the comments and in the description. You can use this to implement in your org. And if you have more ideas and things you have done in the past similar to these, please do share it with me. Do share it with everyone in the comments. Also, there are a couple of links on the screen: devtools.tech/fsd-guide. This is my front end system design guide. You can go check it out. I'm already in process of the gathering resources for the next version of it, and you will get access to it if you buy the current one. Plus, if you want to book a session with me, then topmate.io/Yomesh Gupta. And as always, if you think I missed something in this video, something could have been improved, could have been done better, then please do mention in the comments. Do reach out to me. So till next time, see you, take care, bye bye.